Now, Huncke is different than Soutine. Huncke, I don't know anything about. Soutine, I live vicariously through. Huncke, you know, the progenitor of the beat movement, a friend of mine in New York, and put together a memorial reading. This is kind of like a Canterbury Tales method of doing things. Each canto was one of the readers at the memorial reading, which included people like Patti Smith and people like, you know, who knows who that guy is, but he knew Huncke. And they all got up and said things. So every canto is one of these people's tales. And I used Huncke really as a diving board from which I just dove into art and history in America, covering all of American history except for the Civil War, which I guess I didn't think was significant or something. I'm just going to read the opening canto, which sort of sets the night up. This is written in ottava rima, of course the verse form that Byron used in Don Juan, and others have taken a crack at it. Canto 1 of Huncke. The poet Morton from the open mic invited me on Facebook to a bar, a night of poetry. It meant to hike down Bowery, but it wasn't all that far. He'd organized the reading, and I liked the guy, despite the skulls and his guitar and his memorial for Herbert Huncke, the prototype for William Burroughs' Junkie. He'd signed on Thurston Moore from Sonic Youth and Patti Smith and some doyens of the scene who carried less marquee. To tell the truth, he'd resurrected quite the old routine of squeaky throngs with Little John Wilkes Booth. I've never been particularly keen on hipster scribblers, but you see, I'd sent out invitations to my own event, so I went to Wikipedia to bone up on the luminary thief and prostitute whose online media runs viral with a hypertext relief that likes full paragraphs. Review procedure. Click the automatic links for brief biographies that conjure a penumbra of young, ambitious writers at Columbia. But here's the nut. He grew up middle class, he ran away, and lived through the Depression hobo style. In time, he worked his ass on 42nd Street and took confessions from the Ginsburg lot, who paid in grass. Suburban junkies followed in succession. He held court at the Chelsea. In his bed, the tab was covered by the Grateful Dead, and that was that. And this is Houston Street and Bowery, Bumland. Lots of kids from Jersey smoking cigarettes outside effete cafes and bars. I feel I'm at the mercy of nostalgia, marching to the beat of hand-me-down catastrophes and hearsay revolutions in the spoken word, towards some theater of the absurd, where down the stairs in the performance space I see a flock I flew with years ago. I smile at every unfamiliar face I pass. I drink a beer. A vertigo ensues, in which projected figures race through shadows, cycling to a garish glow. I'm swallowed by the room in Morton's eye. If Byron needs a hero, so do I. This is part of the act where I like to sort of chat you up as I nonchalantly go back to get papers that I should have brought up there with me to start with.